University professor under fire after tweeting this. Some guy gave up his first-class seat for a uniformed soldier. People are thanking him. I'm trying not to vomit or yell Mosul.
And when he tried to defend himself, he got schooled by Tucker Carlson.
I think it's really irresponsible to blindly support, for example, wars that send off young people into combat, risk their lives, kill many others, as we've just seen in Mosul, 200 people incinerated by U.S. bombs, and to not do that in a way that expands anyone's freedom, that makes anyone less secure.
You're not saying giving up a seat for the guy who made the war policy, but for the soldier, the guy who's risking his life. Why'd that make you feel like throwing up?
They don't need to be deployed, have their lives risked, be taken away from their families for wars that do nothing and no good for anyone.
Really? So what does a man who risked his life to kill Osama bin Laden have to say about that? Rob O'Neill joins us now. Rob, when you heard it, what'd you think?
Well, my first thought, I was getting tweeted about it, and I went to see who this guy was, and he'd already blocked me from seeing it, so I wasn't sure what was happening. I found out what was going on, and I started getting hit up by friends of mine, like Marcus Luttrell. You may have heard of him, the lone survivor, and he's like, why am I not on a plane when stuff like this happens? So it's kind of funny. But that would have been fun to watch, too. This guy probably would have vomited for different reasons.
He didn't say anything on the plane. He went back
well, of course he did.
into the privacy of Twitterville.
This is a guy that lives in a bubble, and he deals with students all day that regardless of what he says, they need his grade to get on with life. So he's a tough guy. I'm not sure what his course he teaches. It might be how to grow facial hair without testosterone. I'm not sure what this guy's doing, but he sits there, teaches like a poli-sci course or whatever. He's never been in the real world. He knows something he learned in the classroom from a guy that learned it in the same classroom.
Robbie goes on Tucker's show to say that our troops need real support. They don't need symbolic gestures. What's your reaction?
It's just a bunch of nonsense. He's going to use somebody just showing his support for one of the troops by giving a first-class seat to try to make it something political, which is what he does. He doesn't know what the war effort is.
And why can't they have both? Why can't they have real support and
well, they do have real
nice
support.
gestures?
That is support. Someone saying, I support the troops, but I'm against this and this is not supporting the troops. That is support for the troops. Most of the troops are very humble, and when they hear thanks for your service, they kind of shy away. But support for the troops is buying them a beer at the airport, paying for their meal, giving them a first-class seat. That's real support for the troops. That's what it is. I mean, this guy's just he's a blowhard. He likes to get attention. He's got nothing else really going on. I mean, it's one of those things where I've heard before, saying you get experience from a college professor is like saying you're not hungry because you memorized the menu. We don't think much. We kind of laughed about this guy because he's really a joke.
Well, here's what Drexel University says, because they've felt the heat. Said the recent social media comments by George Ciccariello-Maher were made outside the classroom, are his own opinion, and do not represent the university's views. Drexel is committed to and vigorously supports our ROTC students, student vets, and alumni who have served. That's exactly what you expect them to say.
You would expect them to say that, and I would actually expect a lot of parents to see these universities where they're sending their kids, and they're cutting some pretty big checks to these universities along with a lot of funding from the taxpayer. I would hope the parents would see what they're doing, what kind of education or miseducation they're
or the alumni that support him.
Certainly. Yeah.
How would you feel if one of your kids wanted to go to Drexel University?
You know, I'm all about free speech, and this guy has the ability because of one of the soldiers that the seat was given to. And you can say what you want, whether or not, you open your mouth and look like an idiot. That's protected by people that go to places like Mosul. But I mean, just to back up and say that where people are being incinerated because of this guy that's flying to see loved ones or possibly on a temporary assigned duty or whatever.
And calling for white genocide back in December.
He did that, didn't he?
You know what, though? It looks like the university's not supporting him. They're supporting the ROTC program. They're saying he said this off campus.
They are. I mean,
and kids do have the choice. College students have the choice to sign up for his class.
If my kids want to go, that's fine, too. I mean, anywhere they want to go, I'd support them. I wouldn't recommend taking this guy's class. I feel like pretty much everyone in the country does it, and I'm sure a lot of the people at Drexel University they probably wanted to vomit after seeing this guy's not going to stop. He's going to keep doing it. He loves the attention he's getting now. So.
Well, I got plenty of it today with Rob O'Neill talking about him.
Thank you very much. Thanks for serving our country.